Get ready for the Fente Fan Sale happening March 19th through the 23rd. Enjoy 25% to 60% off select items and snag free gifts with purchase. Spend $75 or more and receive a 3-piece or splurge $125 and get a 5-piece gift set. Today's tag products are Fenty's finest 3-piece face, eye, and lip kit for only $35 USD, marked down from $60, and Gloss Bomb Swirl Twisted Lip Luminizer for $24. So just click on the stickers below this video, and Not My Rabbit Hole will earn a 20% commission on every purchase through March 23rd, 2026. Give yourself a treat for Women's History Month, or give the woman you love a gift.
He ain't no Saint Germain, no crown, no name. He plays the game sharp as a flame. Who's to blame for the stolen fame? A shadow dance in the devil's frame. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on a stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Fast, can't find the ground. Echoes of chaos all around. You chose this dance, this mad parade, but not every choice gets accolades. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Going down the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole.
Welcome to Not My Rabbit Hole for another spontaneous live stream celebrating Women's History Month. The subject is Owen Benjamin. We're going to do another Owen Benjamin analysis, and apparently, according to a video I watched today, he has a big wiener. And, just being a comedian, I have to say something about that. We have to talk about that on Not My Rabbit Hole, because, big wieners aren't, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say big wiener. Okay. Anyway, so I got creative, and I, made some music on suno.com. I put some lyrics in there. I wrote these lyrics, and I'd like, here's what we're going to do on Not My Rabbit Hole. We're going to vote for the funniest one, the best one, the one that I should make a YouTube video out of. So here's your first sample. I'm going to let them play through while the show's getting going here, and then we'll play each one sporadically, and then I'll do a poll, and then I'll let you guys vote. I think that sounds good, doesn't it? Okay, here we go.
When Whenever I get a pain, I think about my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I'm a big wiener because I got a big Peter. My ding-a-ling-a-ling. I like my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I don't have to be smart. I already got the part. Let me show you my ding-a-ling-a-ling before I depart. I got the power. I'm the man of the hour. All I have to do is step out of the shower and see my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, I'm the king. It's good to be the king with my big ding-a-ling.
Okay, that's sample number 1. All right, so now I'm going to do sample number 2.
Whenever I get a ping, I think about my ding-a-ling-a-ling.
I'm a big wiener because I got a big Peter.
My ding-a-ling-a-ling, I like my ding-a-ling-a-ling.
My ding-a-ling-a-ling.
I don't have to be smart. I already got the part. Let me show you my ding-a-ling-a-ling before I depart.
My ding-a-ling-a-ling.
I got the power. I'm the man of the hour. All I have to do is step out of the shower and see my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, I'm the king. It's good to be the king with my big ding-a-ling.
What?
Okay.
On the edge of
Okay, wait a second. All right, so that's sample number 2. And, it is all the same lyrics because, I put it in there. I'm on Suno.com, by the way. And for the style, I put down novelty rock, trip trop. So apparently these songs are supposed to be like a mixture of that. So here's and I did write these lyrics. Oh, you know what? I think I might give myself like a round of applause for that. Here, where's my noises? Yes. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding, 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 dong. Okay, so let's play some more. Let's play some more. Here's sample number 3. Here, let me make sure I got this right. Okay. Whenever I ping, I think of my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Okay, this is the name of the song, but we got to vote for the best one. The best one. I played 2. Here's number 3.
Whenever I get a ping, I think about my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I'm a big wiener because I got a big Peter. My ding-a-ling-a-ling. I like my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I don't have to be smart. I already got the part. Let me show you my ding-a-ling-a-ling before I depart. I got the power. I'm the man of the hour. All I have to do is step out of the shower and see my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, I'm the king. It's good to be the king with my big ding-a-ling.
Woo!
When
Sarah, I kind of like that one. I do kind of like that one. I might give that one a little round of applause. I like the ding-a-ling-a-ling. I like the ding-a-ling-a-ling. Ling, ling, ling. Okay. Let me stop that. All right. So here we're going to vote on. Wait. Number 4. Yeah, this is number 4. Wait, did I just play number 4? No, that was number 3. Okay, this is number 4.
Whenever I get a ping, I I think about my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I'm a big wiener because I got a big Peter. My ding-a-ling-a-ling. I like my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I don't have to be smart, I already got the part. Let me show you my ding-a-ling-a-ling before I depart. I got the power, I'm the man of the hour. All I have to do is step out of the shower and see my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, I'm the king. It's good to be the king with my big ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling.
Okay, so that one kind of, it's sort of like Frank Sinatra meets Trip Trop. So yeah, that was number 4. Okay. And this is whenever I get a ping, I think of my ding-a-ling song number 5.
Whenever I get a ping, I think about my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I'm a big wiener because I got a big Peter. My ding-a-ling-a-ling. I like my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I don't have to be smart, I already got the part. Let me show you my ding-a-ling-a-ling before I depart. I got the power, I'm the man of the hour. All I have to do is step out of the shower and see my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, I'm the king. It's good to be the king with my big ding-a-ling.
All right. So here, woo! Are you ready? This is number 6.
Whenever I get a ping, I think about my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I'm a big wiener because I got a big Peter. My ding-a-ling-a-ling. I like my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I don't have to be smart, I already got the part. Let me show you my ding-a-ling-a-ling before I depart. I got the power, I'm the man of the hour. All I have to do is step out of the shower and see my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, I'm the king. It's good to be the king with my ding-a-ling.
All right, and that is number 6. So I just did 6 today, because I am in college, so I can't spend a whole lot of time making music for the show, but I did. And you know what? I just got to do one more ad because this looks fantastic. Gloss Bomb Swirl Twisted Lip Luminizer. And let me tell you a little bit more about what is going on. I've got 2 products tagged here on Not My Rabbit Hole. And there's a special happening. So, get ready for the Fente Fam sale happening March 19th through the 23rd. Enjoy 25% to 60% discount on select items and snag free gifts with purchase. Spend $75 or more and receive a 3-piece gift, or a splurge $125 and get a 5-piece gift. Today's tag products are Fenty's finest 3-piece face, eye, and lip kit for only $35 USD, marked down from $60, and Glass Bomb Swirl Twisted Lip Luminizer for $24. So just click on the stickers below this video, and Not My Rabbit Hole will earn a 20% commission on every purchase through March 23rd, 2026. Give yourself a treat for Women's History Month, or give the woman you love a gift. All right. So, yeah. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Hi, Seren. Okay, so you like number 2 so far. You like the ending, and you love number 4. You wrote the song very, very well done. Thank you for that. Yeah, it was definitely fun playing around with it this morning. I thought, you know what, I need an Owen Benjamin song, and so I thought, you know what, let's write one. All right, so. First of all, I would like to, before we get into the ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling stuff, I would like to acknowledge a comment, or some comments that I did get from people on my last video, because I had a moment of compassion for Owen Benjamin. You know,
I know how it works, and if people want.
And so, you know, I expressed that, and I said something like, I wish I could give him a hug. And then I discovered this video where one of Owen's biggest demographics, according to him, that he can manipulate are women, and women who are like soccer moms. And I thought that this was really interesting, and you know, I'd like to share it. So let's take a look at it. Oh, by the way, everybody probably knows who Owen Benjamin is, but he's a stand-up comedian, fairly successful, controversial. Created a kind of like a community called Beartaria, and they bought some property and built some stuff, and there's been a bunch of weird YouTube drama between different groups of people that kind of troll on the internet. So anyway, all right, so let's go.
And that becomes a clip that people can spread and people can show. Look at the hypocrisy. I know how it works. And if people want to know, I will teach them. I will teach them wizardry. I'll teach them how to defeat wizardry. And you can look at my life. I bat 1,000. Always think soccer moms. What's going to make a soccer mom laugh?
She's giving you an over the pants hand job. Over the pants hand job. Over the pants hand job. OTPHJ. You were discreet. The clerk didn't know what you were up to.
Because soccer moms is the heart of America. It's going to make a soccer mom angry.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to AI Grift Patrol. This is their channel. This is footage from their channel, and the title is Wizardry 101, A Guide to Manipulating Soccer Moms. And I'll make sure that I put it here in the chat here in a second, and have it in the description of this video afterwards.
They can spend all the money they want. I mean, one of those guys, I'm pretty sure, tried to poison my son. So,
what's going to make a soccer mom angry?
Nightwave Radio and Mersh, the guy that I apologized to for nothing, really just being smug, has doxed my address and sent it out to all his followers to have people come hurt me and my family.
It's going to make a soccer mom feel something.
I never had that. Never had that. I'm so glad that we can bring that back. You know, where it's like, thank you, Lord, for our food. Amen. He's 2. He's fucking 2 years old.
You're playing to the women. The white soccer moms are going towards the right.
I like Trump. I think he's funny, and I think he genuinely doesn't like war.
Dude, this is what I do. This is what I do. I am an expert on this. This is what you do. You give them
I bet he is an expert on it. I fell for it.
an exact situation.
I mean, I'm not a soccer mom. I've never been a soccer mom, but I guess if I were a soccer mom, I would maybe fall for this.
I just got kicked off PayPal. Any bank or credit card information linked to your PayPal account cannot be removed, nor can it be used to create a new account. You can still log in to see your account information, but you can't send or receive money. Any money in your balance will be held for 180 days, which after will send you an email. Yeah, I just got kicked off PayPal.
You give them an exact situation.
Hey guys, I've been getting tons of emails and comments that your memberships on YouTube have been paused. Yeah, I'm completely demonetized now. And
Wow, he's a grifter. He's a grifter, huh? He's a grifter. You see the commonality. You see the themes that we point out here on Not My Rabbit Hole.
I'm not bummed. It was expected. I told you guys it was going to happen.
Strap on your helmet. This is real.
White women are now anti the trans movement because their daughters, soccer moms, are playing men in sports. The University of Connecticut Student
Wow. Okay.
Union asked an appearance by the comedian Owen Benjamin, who had made comments about transgender children and hormone replacement. Yeah, it also cost me my my agent, my manager, my ability to tour in comedy clubs. I haven't been
But it didn't stop you from getting donations to buy property, right?
back. I did a few more clubs, but they were booked before that happened. I haven't been allowed back. And if I post where I'm performing on my website, the swarms call and call and call. And I had 7 cancellations in one tour once. So that's why I keep it. I email you the location and you just buy the city.
Like, think about the narratives that people have tried to do against me and how I've handled that.
As he said, he also did a circle jerk. With
Jesus
people,
Christ.
Jerked off with guys.
Piece of shit.
This is what I'm very good at. Talk about what people care about.
Pedophiles
Oh, interesting, right?
and rapists.
Oh,
Armenians
okay.
and Jews are roughly similar populations in the United States. Another pedophile arrested, Peter Bedrosian. Blacks and Mexicans see Jews as whites. What I'm saying is what I'm saying. I don't speak in double talk.
Wait, is this supposed to be like material that soccer moms like? I think you might be off your mark there, Owen.
She's small-hatted. Men in small hats. Men small hat. Man small hat. Small hat and small hat or small hat. Men in small hats. They're men in small hats. Small hat. Man small hat. Small hat. Man small hat. Man small hat. Small hat. Small hat.
Talk about what people care about.
Small hat. Small hat. From the small hat, tiny little hats. All small hats.
Tiny little hats. Get your tiny little hats out.
And he has a very
Tiny hat. He has a very, very tiny hat. He has a tiny hat, right? Tell me that he has a tiny hat, Owen.
small hat.
Soccer moms fucking hate it.
You know? And so what happens is in these situations, you have to give people a binary where either choice is wrong and their defense is also going to damn them.
Oh, wow. What? Oh, I love this part. Okay,
I haven't been back.
I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to go back a little bit more because the hat thing. I want to replay the hat thing again. Hat, tiny hat. He has a tiny hat. Well, because his hat is tiny. He has a tiny hat, right? He's got a tiny hat. Here we go. I think it's in here.
Peter Bedrosian. Blacks and Mexicans see Jews as whites. What I'm saying is what I'm saying. I don't speak in double talk.
Oh, unfortunately, I went back too far. I went back too far. I'm sorry you had to hear that again because that's what he just said right there was atrocious.
She's small-hatted. Men in small hats. Men small hat. Man small hat. Small hat and small hat or small hat. Men in small hats. They're men in small hats. Small hat.
How about men with no hats?
Man, small hat, small hat, man, small hat.
What
Man.
men wear small hats? Like I don't get I don't get this part. Like I might have to Google this.
Small hat, small hat, small hat.
Talk about what people care about.
Small hat, small hat. From the small hat, tiny little hats. All small hats. And he has a very
Tiny hat.
very small hat.
Soccer.
All right. Wait. I have to look this up. Men. This is obscure, right? With small hats. Oh. It means a Jewish man. Look how naive I am. I am so I didn't even get it. He's being racist. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I was just thinking, like, is he being insulting about men with small heads? Like, literally, that's where my mind went. I was like, what? Are there, like, who's wearing a tiny hat? Okay. I'm sorry. And then I realized that I didn't know. Man. Is this what soccer women like? I mean, technically, I've never been a soccer mom. Never drove a USV either. I mean SUV. See, I don't even know how to pronounce it right. I think I should give myself the gong for that. Gong. SUV. The phrase men with small hats can refer to several different things, ranging from specific fashion styles, to cultural traditions or finding the right fit for a smaller head size. Okay, it could mean that. Okay, so it says pork pie hats, a classic round. Should I show this to you? Yeah, I am showing it to you. Pork pie hats, a classic round hat with a very narrow brim that curls slightly upward and a flat crown. These were famously worn by Buster Keaton and the character Walter White. Fisherman beanies, watch caps. These are short beanies worn close to the ears, often rolled up or to sit above them. Trilby hats, often confused with fedoras. Trilbies have much longer brims and a more compact shape. Kippas or yarmulkes I probably said that wrong, see? Yeah, I know yarmulke. Yarmulkes in Jewish tradition, men wear these small round head coverings as a reminder of God's presence. I remember because my dad was Catholic, when we went to Catholic school, I had to have my head covered. So I had to put like a doily on my head, but the men didn't have to do that. Interesting. Huh. So Siren said, "Hi, Aiken. It's Ken, anti-Semitic term referring to their ceremonial thing they wear. Be right back, phone call." Siren is a mom, but not a soccer mom. I guess my mom could have been a soccer mom because my brother was a goalie for a soccer team. Maybe that happened. All right, so Siren said that she liked number 2 and number 4. So let's listen to number 4. I think I kind of like number 4. Let me look at. Let's take a really quick break. I'm going to get to more videos on Owen Benjamin where he talks about his big wiener. So, big wiener. Anyway, let me get 1, 2, 3. Okay, number 4. Here's number 4.
Whenever I get a ping, I think about my ding-a-ling-ling. I'm a big wiener because I got a big Peter. my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I like my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I don't have to be smart, I already got the part. Let me show you my ding-a-ling-a-ling before I depart. I got the power, I'm the man of the hour. All I have to do is step out of the shower and see my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, I'm the king. It's good to be the king with my big ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling.
Yeah, I like that one too. I like that one too. Let's give that one a round of applause. All right, I do. I like that one. Okay, so this video is that I'm going to show you is titled, it's from AI Grift Patrol, and give a shout out to their channel. Owen Benjamin's Mother Complex, Breastfeeding Activism, Ecofeminism, and the Messiah Complex. Very interesting title, isn't it? All right, so we're going to take a look at this one.
The Mommy's Boy Complex. Owen's relationship with his mother has always been unsettling.
My mom taught me most problems come from lack of sleep or not drinking water. She has that cold practicality of her Wisconsin lead mining roots, but she has the warmth of a children's book. She is truly awesome.
Their closeness crosses into territory that makes even his own audience uncomfortable.
Right. And I think you wanted to stop doing this and start doing this and looking at, because you love to grow your garden and you're like, earth comes from the soil. And then the sun is more like the male figure because the sun rays are like jizz, or it's like it fertilizes the egg. No, this is what I'm thinking. The sun rays are jizz coming at the egg, and the egg is the earth. And so, you know, it kind of bails for 12 hours. And then more jizz, and then it bails, and then the earth grows it. And without the sun shooting down jizz and protecting the earth, because the sun has the gravity and keeps the comets flying away from it, like basically the sun is this alpha male, which is jizz and gravitational protection, and the earth grows it. So I guess that doesn't make a ton of sense, but it kind of does to me. Okay.
She's been a regular guest on his live streams for years, not as a silent observer, but as an active participant. She's admitted to watching every single one of his streams.
But don't you listen to every stream, right?
I do. But when you play, you know, Red Pill Rooster, I love his stuff. But when you play it for the third time in a row, for 10 minutes, I will.
I'm mildly autistic.
You are.
The same streams filled with vulgar jokes, racial slurs, and open hatred toward others. At times, their on-air banter turns uncomfortably personal. They've joked about sexual topics, even referencing Owen's anatomy, things no mother and son should ever be discussing publicly, let alone laughing about on camera.
Not now, I'm not very, very thin, but I was so thin. And I used
You're thin, Mom. You're in great shape.
No, I used to be made.
My mom can do, what's that called? Does Elena have you do? She can do a plank for 45 seconds.
Yeah, it's because of Elena.
Yeah, she's in phenomenal shape, and she blames her little belly on the fact that I was basically an 11-pound baby, and my brother was over 10 pounds.
Well, you were 10'9", yes.
10'9". I'll round that up to 11, and most of it was wiener. Most of it was ween and balls. Okay,
but with the height.
I was born happy. I think it's because my nurse said I had a big wiener for a baby. Don't believe me? I have it documented.
True or false? I had a huge wiener when I was born. True or false? I have pictures now to prove it.
You do. You have big balls.
When I was born, I had big balls.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the same broadcasts often feature Owen berating and humiliating his father, a man who, in contrast, still speaks fondly of his marriage and his children in a documentary made about his life.
Today, if you would ask Dr. Smith his greatest accomplishment in life, he would say having children.
And being in a long-term, very happy marriage. But children, I guess it's an old German expression that roughly translates, children are always a sign of hope. And so children for me doesn't mean ego, that somebody carries on your name. I don't care. I don't care about that.
The dynamic is haunting.
I guess I should say something about the big wiener stuff. I'm going to pause it here for just a second. We are looking at a video made on the AI Grift Patrol channel. And, whether that's true or not, I hope it's not true. I mean, I can see how a comic might joke around like that with their mom, and be making videos. I don't know how old that video is, but there still is kind of a disturbing element, even if it is a joke that the mom's saying it. But, I think you have to at least take that banter into context. Just as a comedian, I just have to point that out there that, you might, his mom's an adult and they are having, this kind of conversation and they are kind of joking around. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I'll just leave it at that.
A mother who enables, a father who forgives, and a son who weaponizes both. So who is Owen's mother? The infamous Mama Jean he's referenced for years. Jean Troy Smith, a literature professor at SUNY Oswego, built her academic life around eco-feminist philosophy. She's the author of Called to Healing: Reflections on the Power of Earth's Stories in Women's Lives, a book exploring the spiritual relationship between women and nature. Her worldview blends environmentalism, feminism, and storytelling, the belief that nurturing the earth and nurturing others are parts of the same moral duty. Her life's mission and activist is what? You guessed it, breastfeeding.
When breastfeeding was down to 5% and babies were getting sick. Oh, why are these babies getting sick? Oh, I don't know. Must be something wrong with the baby. Well, it was because they were being
the Jews.
This formula that was making them sick. So these 7 women just at a picnic one day got together and started. One was married to an obstetrician, and he was in a partnership with a pediatrician. So Mary White's husband was the Dr. Gregory White.
It's all about breastfeeding.
And so he said, we will back you. You figure out what you want to do. And they had to call it La Leche League instead of the Breastfeeding Club.
Because it's Spanish.
Oh, yes. Because they were not allowed to use the word breastfeeding in 1957 in public.
Right. La leche. That means the milk.
Yes.
So
it started and it went kaboom. Women just couldn't wait to get all this information.
Because no one knew what was happening. They would think that they weren't producing enough milk because their boobs were too small, they had clogged milk ducts, or that the baby was biting their nipple, or all these little problems before the internet existed.
Yes.
Before the internet existed, there's no way of getting knowledge, and knowledge is power, it truly is, but that's in a scarcity way. So when people say the patriarchy, when my mom would say the patriarchy, she was right, and it was about doctors. It was about male doctors that were not acknowledging a lot of these things, that the woman was needed for raising a child. And that was true. That's why I get very angry at a lot of this leftist rhetoric, is because they're taking actual things that were real and making it nonsense. So women needed a place to talk about women's stuff. So a lot of these women would come to our house when I was a little kid. That's one reason why I think I have a lot of knowledge of women, is not because I'm some Casanova. It's because I would just listen to women talk about their problems and what they liked out of life and all this stuff with their boobs out, just breastfeeding. And it really just let me into the real nature of what was really happening. Well, and also, but now I sent you that what Leche League has become, and I think that's when you really started realizing that some of the points.
I had no idea.
Well, Leche League is now about trans men.
Trans men and chest.
Fake breasts.
Let me go back for a moment.
Mary White's husband.
I think I missed something. I was looking for the Bertarius sign. I was trying to like find that footage where he's the bonus footage where he's like talking about milking the goat. For some reason, like when I watch this, I think about him talking about milking the goat. But I want to bring this back just a little bit more because I wasn't paying attention.
And was the Dr. Gregory White.
It's all about breastfeeding.
And so he said, we will back you. You figure out what you want to do. And they had to call it La Leche League instead of the Breastfeeding Club.
Because it's Spanish.
Oh, yes. Because they were not allowed to use the word breastfeeding in 1957 in public.
Right. La leche. That means the milk.
Yes.
So
it started and it went kaboom. Women just couldn't wait to get all this information.
Because no one knew what was happening. They would think that they weren't producing enough milk because their boobs were too small, they had clogged milk ducts, or the baby was biting their nipple, or all these like little problems before the internet existed.
Yes.
Little problems. He's so sure it's little problems. Not a big deal.
Before the internet existed, there's no way of getting knowledge, and knowledge is power, truly is, but that's in a scarcity way. So when people say the patriarchy, when my mom would say the patriarchy, she was right, and it was about doctors. It was about male doctors that were not acknowledging a lot of these things, that the woman was needed for raising a child, and that was true. That's why I get very angry at a lot of this leftist rhetoric, is because they're taking actual things that were real and making it nonsense. So women needed a place to talk about women's stuff. So a lot of these women would come to our house when I was a little kid. That's one reason why I think I have a lot of knowledge of women, is not because I'm some Casanova. It's because I would just listen to women talk about their problems and what they liked out of life and all this stuff with their boobs out, just breastfeeding. And it really just let me into the real nature of what was really happening. Well, and also, but now I sent you that what Leche League has become, and I think that's when you really started realizing that some of the points.
I had no idea.
Well, Leche League is now about trans men.
Trans men and chest.
Fake breasts for men feeding babies. It's nonsense. My mom was really heartbroken about that, because this is something that she.
I don't know. She seems surprised by that. Like she wasn't expecting that to be brought up during this stream.
Felt really good about and worked hard at. And I remember I used to have a T-shirt that said La Leche League, ecology with love, because that's real ecology. It's not this nonsense. It's not the Save the Panda nonsense. It's the best way, if you want to help the earth and people, breastfeed your kid.
Owen himself has said many times that she breastfed him until he was almost 8 years old.
And my mom was a huge breastfeeding activist, to the point of borderline cult behavior. I mean, I'm so glad she breastfed me for a super long time, because I'm really healthy. I have a great immune system, great skin, very close to my mom. But I think that she thinks it cures AIDS. Hunter-gatherers breastfed till they were like 6 or 7.
And while that detail might sound exaggerated or absurd, it explains a lot about the man who now spends hours a day yelling about masculinity, submission, and strong father figures.
Yes.
And it's the same with like
the breastfeeding. That's why I had to leave La Leche.
And that's what's crumbling around identity politics, is the trans stuff, when it's like so now you have to make men as good as women at women's stuff, which is insane. A man will never be as good at mothering. There may be a man that's better at mothering than a horrifying woman. You're going to get the bell curve crossover, but you're never going to get, on average, men as good at mothering as women. And just like you'll never get, on average, women that are tougher than men.
That's right.
Like, you're not going to get that.
Although the original clip of Owen describing his extended childhood nursing can't currently be located, people from his early life have repeated the same story for years. Former acquaintances and mentors have publicly mentioned that Owen spoke as a child about being weaned much later than normal. Larry, Owen's childhood piano teacher, now a Reddit gamma and staunch critic, confirmed in a comment that Owen admitted to him that he stopped breastfeeding at 7. Whether or not the exact age can be verified, what matters is how often he himself brings it up. using it to frame his upbringing, his views on motherhood, and his identity.
We didn't have a TV from my early childhood, but I had a record player and a piano. That's my teacher, Lucinda. She showed me that music doesn't exist on a page. It just is. It's everywhere. She changed my life. Lucinda became Larry in 1991. We are still bros. Larry's wicked supportive. Great dude.
Okay. So anyway, here's the overview of his relationship with his mother and breast feeding and how he was breastfed until he was like old and apparently that makes his mom a feminist. How important it is. I mean, obviously he's been, read by breastfeeding. Not everybody can actually breastfeed. I think there is something to, this is my opinion. There is something to breastfeeding over like giving formula, maybe for health reasons. I don't know. Actually, maybe I shouldn't even speak on that because I really don't know. So I have to do more research on it, but I've heard things like that. A call to breastfeeding. It used to be women had to fight to have a space in a bathroom to be able to breastfeed. There was a lot of controversy around breastfeeding. So it's kind of a hot topic. But what I find interesting is that Owen Benjamin is always defining what he thinks women should be doing or how they should do it, even though he's not a woman. And he seems to be very interested or talks a lot about gender roles, gender identity, and even going into the dynamics of his family. So, I just want to point that out. Aiken is saying Oedipus, the killer, awoke before dawn. He put his boots on. He took a face from the ancient gallery and walked on down the hall, the doors. Breastfeeding is calming, is what Seren says. It's very natural. All mammals breastfeed. With working women, of course, there's breast pumps and things like that, and you can have it put in a bottle, and because a lot of people really want to give the most natural nutrients, they say, is from your own body. You just can't really replicate that, really. But, shit happens, right? So I don't think women should be like actually punished because they don't do it either or are not able to. So I'm going to play another song between the next video and the next video that I'm going to share is how genius and smart Owen Benjamin says he is. Not only does he have the big ding-a-ling, but he's got the big brain too. So double threat guy, girls, just saying, get you some of that. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm totally joking. Okay, so number 2, Seren thought number 2, she liked number 2 as well. So let's play this one.
Whenever I get a ping, I think about my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I'm a big wiener because I got a big Peter.
My ding-a-ling-a-ling.
I like my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I don't have to be smart. I already got the part. Let me show you my ding-a-ling before I depart. I got the power, I'm the man of the hour. All I have to do is step out of the shower and see my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, I'm the king. It's good to be the king with my big ding-a-ling.
Okay, I like that one too. Those are good choices. Those are good choices. What do you think, Aiken? Do you like that one? All right, so Let's go with more Owen Benjamin. This is the Jenga Smith versus Nick Fuentes real intelligence.
The IQ lie. He would bring Mama Jean onto his live streams, where she'd tell his audience how brilliant he was, praising his intellect, validating his genius IQ.
And the reason I quote my exact IQ is because it matters. It's 1 in 10,000. And so when they find that out, it's as if you can run a 4.140 and they don't let you in the NFL. 147 is 1 in 10,000. Mm-hmm. So one reason why I took offense to this, not offense, but it's like, imagine being an educator and you have a kid with a mental capacity that's off the charts. And what you do is you put them in a corner. Like my IQ is higher than any teacher there by far, like no question. My musical ability.
It's, I don't know. It's scary when you think that you're smarter than the teacher. I guess, I don't know. There's so many different types of intelligence. It's not just mental. I think smart people think that they can't learn anything new, or that they're perfect, that nobody can tell them anything new. And that's a really dangerous place to be, because you're not expanding anymore as a person. You're not growing anymore.
It was better than musicians. And what they do, they punished me for it.
They did in the school system, but fortunately, that's when we found a teacher for you.
Well, yeah, and at home I wasn't punished, so that's why I survived it. But a lot of, but that is nothing compared to what kids face now.
Yes.
It isn't just bragging, it's branding. He understands that in his chosen audience, intelligence equals legitimacy. So the 147 IQ claim isn't about measurement, it's about status, a way to posture above his followers, to justify every rant as genius misunderstood. But in a movement obsessed with numbers, nothing reveals insecurity faster than the need to keep repeating one.
And how things...
I agree with that. That's exactly what he's doing. Otherwise, why mention it? Again, it's about like who's the big king? Who's the survival of the fittest? Oh, not only do I have a big dingling, but I got a big IQ. I am the man. I can run a group called Bertaria. And when I say something, or I make a joke, or I have an assessment of how things should be done, well, I'm the king. I have the biggest IQ, right? I'm the big dog. I'm the big dog of the pack.
Layer on top of each other, my IQ is ridiculously high. Like when I've told people in the past that, in 6th grade, it was 147. And then my mom,
and he's kind of like sporting the, I got, my IQ is ridiculously high, but he's sporting the Einstein crazy hairdo. Yeah. Crazy people, smart people and crazy people have cool, messy hair. Doesn't matter what my hair looks like, because my IQ is off the charts.
Mom confirmed it. Oh, someone just asked. Mom confirmed. All right, what's my IQ?
140.
He's got to have mom say it again. People don't believe me enough. Mom, what's my IQ? Mom knows what my IQ is. Mommy, tell me what my IQ is.
7.
Yeah, confirmed. Sometimes people don't always believe me.
Oh.
Yeah, which is
your mom was a liar. Confirmed. Here's one thing: when you're a little old lady, I think you just say whatever you want. People will go, she's right. Of course it's true.
Well, that's like what? Like one in...
what people do to Denise and David Schroeder. They're like elderly people going, they're a pedo. They called the police on me.
10,000, and then they punished me for that.
Yes, as they punished you for playing the piano so well.
And that's standard. That's like, I'm not that
Don't fit the mold.
I do understand why people go, oh, mommy's boy, oh, he's a liar.
No, it's because people were saying I was lying about it. And on a stream, I just was like,
really smart people too are allowed to have a messy man cave. Like they are, doesn't matter. Books over here, it doesn't matter. Because I'm a high IQ person. I can be an asshole because I'm high IQ.
like, Mom, can you verify this? Because people are not. 147 is insane.
It's not that insane. It's Mensa basically. There are people like, I think what is the IQ you have to be in Mensa? IQ to, obviously I'm not, right? But that's okay. I will say this. I know my IQ. It's 120. I'm 120. I'm above average. Actually, I have the same IQ as Barack Obama. So, I'm smart enough to be president. But who needs to be smarter than that? That really? No, I'm kidding. Mensa. Okay, Mensa requires a score at or above the 98th percentile on approved standardized intelligence test, which generally corresponds to an IQ of 130 or higher on the Wechsler scale, or 132 plus on the Stanford Binet scale. Membership is open to the top 2% of the population. So yeah, he's a little higher than Mensa. So it says common qualifying scores. Wechsler scales equals 130, Stanford Binet 132 plus, and the Cattell test, which is 148 plus. So guess what? You're not the Cattell test. You are not the, wow, Benjamin, you need to know you're not the smartest person in the world, because you're just under 148. What does it feel to be just 1% under the Cattell test? Under the special people. What does that feel like for you?
That type of IQ.
It's become part of the performance. Owen Benjamin, the misunderstood prodigy.
I didn't force you two to read, and neither of you read till you were 6. And I said, oh dear, they're going to go to school. What's going to happen now? They might be put in the lowest level. But the minute you hit school, both of you started to read, and you were put into, the bluebirds versus the robins, or the whatever they called you. And, but you didn't have, neither of you had a desire to learn. Of course, I'm reading, I was reading to you all the time.
No, you read to me every night, like high level.
You were 13, Owen.
I know.
Because you wanted to
breastfed until he's 8, read to him in bed until he was 13. 13's middle school, right? Yeah. Okay.
Hear the words.
I don't. I like to hear them a lot more than read them.
Read them.
But do you remember the public school's reaction to my IQ results?
Yes. And at the time, I didn't do much with it. They wished you weren't there because you didn't.
Okay. Well, I want to stop with the school being nervous about his IQ results. And what school did you go to? I mean, you might have a high IQ, but you still have to learn. You might learn faster than the rest of the students, but anyway.
Fit the mold. And you were supposed to fit the gifted and talented mold, but you were beyond the gifted and talented mold. And so I remember you got kicked out of the gifted and talented program because you wouldn't learn how to do an outline. You told the teacher, this isn't what gifted and talented is, because she told me about that. And so I am removing Owen because he will not do as he is told. He was told.
I had a problem with that in my school as well. And if my mom watches this, she'll know what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, I had problems in kindergarten because, instead of making one animal out of clay, I made the whole family. So yeah, It is that way in elementary school, but I'm not sure if that means that you're so intelligent. I mean, you might be high, if you're giving more than is required, maybe you are a little bit above, in your imagination, and some way you got an imagination, but to just assume that a school is bullying you or excluding you or isolating you because you're so smart. I mean, it's kind of a bitter pill to swallow, really. In a way, I feel like Owen is trying to justify who he is and what he does on the internet because he just knows more. He's just smarter than everybody else. But if he really was smart, he wouldn't be racist. He wouldn't be a misogynist. He would be able to look out of social norms and programming and inner control if he was really all that brilliant. I mean, that's my analogy, but maybe like being smart doesn't equate having introspection.
To write an outline, and he said no.
On the Owen Benjamin subreddit, a user known as the Codsworth decided to run an experiment. He took 3 of Owen's introspective tweets and fed them through an AI-based IQ analysis tool. The result? An average IQ score of 101, not 147, as Owen has repeatedly bragged on stream, citing an old childhood test administered by his mother, but 101.
I didn't know that you could actually run an IQ on somebody through a test like that based on somebody's writing. I mean, I am wondering about the legitimacy of that.
For a man who's built his entire online identity around being a misunderstood genius, this was devastating, and it explains a lot about his hatred for Reddit. Because while YouTube and his private chat rooms give him decided to run an experiment. He took 3 of Owen's interest.
He was told to write an outline, and he said no.
On the Owen Benjamin subreddit, a user known as the Codsworth.
Okay, Mr. 101 Owen Benjamin's IQ was determined to be a text to IQ estimator. I want to look up what that is. Hold on. What is an IQ to text estimator? Okay, here, I'm gonna stop and share the screen of what I'm reading here. I saw Aiken say, geez, he's a special unicorn. Of course, I'm paraphrasing right now. Wait, that's not what I meant to show you. New. Okay. It's here. An IQ to text estimator is an experimental, often AI-driven tool or method that attempts to approximate a person's intelligence quotient IQ by analyzing the linguistic patterns, complexity, and vocabulary in their written text. These systems, often using stylometry, the study of writing style, examine factors like lexical diversity and syntactic structure, though they are generally considered scientifically unsound for accurate measurement. How they work. These tools analyze writing samples for specific metrics such as vocabulary, range, lexical diversity, sentence structure, complexity, and the use of the example meaningful or advanced vocabulary, which can correlate with verbal reasoning skills. Methodology. Research often involves using machine learning models trained to map specific textual features to estimated IQ scores. A common, though limited, approach is using word ratios and structural analysis as noted in studies. Scientific validity. Estimating IQ from text is considered highly unreliable by many, as writing style is heavily influenced by education, mood, stress, and topic familiarity rather than just cognitive ability. Limitations. Such tools cannot fully account for all aspects of the G factor, general intelligence like spatial ability, and they struggle with differentiating IQ within the average range. Okay. All right, so let's continue on that.
Decided to run an experiment. He took 3 of Owen's introspective tweets and fed them through an AI-based IQ analysis tool. The result? An average IQ score of 101, not 146.
You know what, Owen, your writing might be shitty. I'm just saying that. You know, your social media text, you have a low IQ there. And it looks like some of it might have been racist and sexist, and maybe that makes it go down too, because
7, as Owen has repeatedly bragged on stream, citing an old childhood test administered by his mother, but 101. For a man who's built his entire online identity around being a misunderstood genius, this was devastating, and it explains a lot about his hatred for Reddit. Because while YouTube and his private chat rooms give him applause, Reddit gave him data, the one thing Owen Benjamin can't argue with, mock or ban. Meanwhile, Nick Fuentes rarely mentions IQ at all, yet his debates and strategic instincts have earned him a reputation for razor-sharp intellect. In the extreme right political sphere, IQ isn't just a number, it's a currency. It's used to rank, to categorize, to rationalize entire worldviews. For many conservative and dissident circles, IQ becomes a way to explain hierarchy, to frame culture, race, and politics through a lens of supposed objectivity.
you know it might help. Get Grammarly. Get Grammarly, Owen. You might just need, that'll probably raise your IQ a bit.
That's why Owen talks about his own IQ so obsessively.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I think Taleb makes a good point in that IQ isn't the end-all, be-all and everything. But by the same token, obviously, IQ is tapping into something. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the worldview that IQ paints, or the disparities in IQ and the worldview that they paint, like, resonate with us, with our experiences, right? Like, if we were to say that Africans have the lowest IQ and the next lowest is Hispanics and then whites and then Asians, I think a lot of people would say, well, that makes sense based on what we see. That's more or less reflective of reality. So I don't know if I'm committed to the idea of IQ. I don't really have technical knowledge of IQ or what it measures, or I'm not a statistician, right? But I think that it's kind of missing the point to say, well, IQ isn't really a measure of whatever. They had a lower IQ. It's like, well, obviously there is a disparity in something, whatever capacity that might be, that certain people clearly are not functional in the kinds of societies that we build, and certain people are, right? I mean, I don't think anybody would deny that. So that's where it kind of comes down to me. I don't know if I'm wedded to the idea of IQ, so to speak, but I will say that people like Charles Murray, Jason Richwine, Jared Taylor, like a lot of great intellectuals, Jordan Peterson even, are big believers in it. So I think Taleb, I don't know, I'm hesitant to say this, but obviously IQ has some pretty profound ramifications if you support it. So is this a case of obfuscation on the part of somebody who doesn't really want to engage with the idea because they're afraid of the consequences, or what?
Okay, I'm gonna stop that one right there, and I have another one, the last one I want to show you. What are you guys doing here? Let me see what he's saying. Jesus has a special unicorn. I had a high science score in my IQ tests. That's cool. Okay. I want to share one of the songs that I think is the best, or the ones that I liked in this. I like number 1 and number 4 for some reason, but I'm going to play number 4. I want to hear number 4 again.
Whenever I get a ping, I think about my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I'm a big wiener because I got a big Peter, my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I like my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I don't have to be smart, I already got the part. Let me show you my ding-a-ling-a-ling before I depart. I got the power, I'm the man of the hour. All I have to do is step out of the shower and see my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, I'm the king. It's good to be the king with my big ding-a-ling.
Yeah, I kind of like that one. I like because it's really winds up and big finish. All right, so let's go to where not only does Owen Benjamin have a big ding-a-ling, as he says, a big brain with an IQ of 147, but he also has a very clean, very clear, very big, and I'm talking big pineal gland. He can see things, and so he's got special abilities, special empath, special abilities to see better than most people. Kind of like not as bad as David Schroeder, not as bad as Sarah R. Adams or but bad enough to give him special insight above the others, which equates to I am the ding-a-ling-a king, the ding-a-ling-a-ling-a king. Here we go.
Section 14, the energy vampire. Owen's overbearing, endlessly enabling mother, Mama Jean, didn't just tell him he was smart, she told him he was chosen. According to her, Owen wasn't just a boy with huge balls and a genius IQ. He was also a special soul, born with an overactive pineal gland, able to see auras and colors around people.
My mom listened to the pineal gland episode and she goes, "It's so great you finally understand what that is." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "You have a very, very active pineal gland." And she said, when I was a kid, I could see auras. I kind of remember being able to see colors around people. If Owen doesn't have an overactive pituitary gland, then no one does. No, I do. My mom even talked about how it was like that when I was a kid. I used to be able to see auras when I was a kid. My mom was telling me all about this. I have an overactive pineal gland. I don't know. Maybe I just see like what a person is.
So what's interesting is when somebody just doesn't say it once, but you notice that Owen repeats the same thing over and over again on his on different shows. So he wants, if he wants you to think that he has a big ding-a-ling, and he wants you to think that he has a big IQ, and if he wants you to think that he has special abilities, special empath or psychic abilities, intuitive abilities above the crowd, which also gives him more credibility to things that he says and his perceptions of the outside world when he does his podcast, he's going to repeat over and over and over again that he is those things, so that eventually people will go, yeah, like advertising, like, check out the tags that I have on this video for Fenty products, and Not My Rabbit Hole makes a 20% discount. I've said that 3 times now in different ways, right?
Better? I don't know. Hey, baby, I'm curious, with your active pineal gland, do you notice yourself dreaming a lot? I've been having a lot of dreams lately, yes. Like, my pineal gland literally is overactive. My mom was telling me about that. I used to see auras as a kid, and I had sensitivity on my forehead, and I could like...
They're all different shots, him saying the same story over and over again, being edited by Adam Camacho, documentary filmmaker of Bertaria. By the way, nice rule of third shot in the beginning in the footage here. Not this one. This is more centered, but you know where the fire is to the left. Yeah, I like it.
Like, literally see auras, guys. And then I closed it up with booze, porn, and sex, and now it's open.
That's almost, yeah, that's pretty good. Almost.
I have a overactive pineal gland. I realize I have overactive empathy, so it's
Oh, okay. Well, I argued a lot about that on my last video. I'll make sure I link these 2 different live streams, because this is my second live stream analyzing. I mean, really analyzing, having open discussion about Owen Benjamin.
it can be a real problem. It can be a blessing when I'm like predicting and understanding the inner workings of someone's mind and soul, but it sucks in these situations because I can feel all the pain. I have an overactive pituitary gland. Yeah, I've realized I wouldn't call it a medical
pituitary gland overactive. Everything's just amped up for him. He's overactive. He's an overachiever.
condition, because it makes me incredibly insightful and I can feel the emotion. Like, I'm an empath. But even Amy today said, do you want me to run the...
Who told you that? Who told you that? Notice that some of the cruelest people I've ever witnessed on the internet claim they're empaths. Sarah Rachel Adams claims she's an empath. She's an intuitive empath who's willing to take your money and give you synthetic mushrooms. Okay. Wait a second, but maybe I should do the gong for that one. Let's do the gong. Let's gong Sarah. Okay.
Errands today in case the vibes are too loud. And my mom was telling me when I was a little kid.
Yeah, that's the third shot that I like. That is a nice shot right there. The fire right there. Oh, great.
I think we remember a little of this stuff, but I used to be able to see auras. I used to feel sensitive to electromagnetic energy when I was a kid. There's this great book by Dr. Becker called Cross Currents. You know, my mom fortunately always took what I said seriously. And so I actually got a slip, an approval to not go into the computer lab in like the 80s because it felt uncomfortable to me because I was such an empath. I'm an extreme empath, extreme. That's why when people call me...
I'm not seeing it. I'm really not seeing it.
Sociopathic or psychotic or something, or mean. I can feel people's emotions to the point where I can almost see their history. To the point where I used to, like, openly, I would tell my mom, like, I see colors around people. Like, remember when I was a kid and I was very, I could see auras and I was very susceptible to electromagnetism?
Yes, yes.
Like, I have a crazy pituitary, whatever.
Yes.
No, it's called a pineal gland.
Pineal.
And pituitary, because allegedly I'm still growing, right?
Well,
I'm almost 40 and my mom sees me and she's like, you got wide. We just tell the people about the auras and the electromagnetism stuff.
Oh, from when
I was a child.
Well, you first mentioned them when you were in 4th grade, I remember. And you said, I can see things. And so I asked you what they were. And you told me you could see white, yellow, red, and black around people. And you could tell if they were sick or not. And in fact, when I broke my elbow in 91, I used Owen as my X-ray machine.
How was the X-ray machine?
I'd say, okay, what color is it now? And I'd hold up my elbow.
Well, the funny thing is like we can tell these stories now. There was a long time when I didn't even want to tell anybody this,
Right?
because they weren't ready to hear it.
No.
And now I think people are ready to hear what went on.
Well, the principal wasn't, because after we met with Dr. Becker, and he said, I will send a note to let her know that you can't be around these EMFs.
Yeah.
She claimed he was highly sensitive to electromagnetic fields and couldn't spend time in computer labs, a convenient excuse for her gifted child to skip class and remain unchallenged.
Yeah.
Because computer rooms just took you down. We walked along somewhere and you said, okay, there are EMFs here. He said, I'm being pulled down. And you said, she said, there's nothing there, Owen. And I thought, oh, great. She doesn't believe any of this. Outside where you said that was a huge air conditioning unit. Air conditioning units have the EMFs that pull people down.
Yeah, I mean, remember Dr. Becker when I saw his eye?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
the dude was a normal dude, and I was like, I see black right there, and he's like, oh, it's a fake eye.
He asked you, look at my face and tell me what you see. And you said, you have a black eye. He had done so much studying with ultra kind of microscopes that it made him blind in one eye.
And he started seeing what electromagnetism was doing to people.
Yes.
And so,
Yes.
we'd meet with
Yes.
him and talk about stuff, because he'd have
Yes.
this grid, and I could tell where the magnet.
Oh, what's that?
A rape. The New Age movement is so silly sounding.
Did you see that? Now that came out of the mouth of an empath, a man who says that he's an empath, and he says what he says to the camera, because he's such an empath, right? It's almost like it's like an R joke, like what? Let's go back. Mr. Empath says this. Here we go. I love it when stuff like this happens in like real time, when somebody's bragging about how special and how they can read people and they're so empathic that they can intuitively tell the history of somebody. And he does this.
Talk about stuff, because he'd have
Yes.
this grid, and I could tell where the magnet.
Oh, what's that?
A rape. The New Age movement is so silly sounding, where it's like,
Right. You're an empath.
oh my God, if you hum and you think about the car you want, you're going to get. I'm like, I see cancer.
One of your little friends in grade school, you just said he has a black spot right here between his eyes. Well, of course he didn't have a black spot. What he had was that this is close to the third eye. It was his third eye was black, and there was terrible trauma going on in his household.
Yeah.
His father was leaving his mother.
And I don't see auras anymore, but I did as a kid.
But this is what you're doing now.
Right, I know. When my aunt was dying, she said how she
So he's doing it now. Okay.
see spirits from the corner of her eye. Yes. I've seen that before. I don't tell that to people very often, because back in the day they would say that I don't know, I had some sort of, what do they call it? I'm not even going to joke about it, but yeah, when you see things out of the corner of your eye, sometimes people say nasty things about what's wrong with your mind.
These affirmations weren't nurturing, they were programming. They built in him a false sense of superiority, a conviction that he possessed knowledge others couldn't comprehend. And that delusion metastasized into paranoia, the belief that he could read minds, sense evil intentions, and see through deception.
Like, I'm not trying to brag. I'm trying to excuse people. I'm trying to say, like, listen, I'm really smart. Oh, you're bragging. No, I'm trying to.
I'm really smart. I can see things. I read people. I'm an intuitive empath. Give me some money. We're going to build a community called Bertaria. And I, the king with the Mr. Big Dingaling, will own the land. And you will follow me, and you will believe me, because I have an IQ of 147. And I have a big pituitary gland. And I see things, and I know things, and you need to trust me, and you need to give me your dollars. Or maybe your crypto.
excuse you for sucking. Do you know how many people like, I should, there's a, like, theoretically I should hate, but I have to like know that it's cruel. It's
I like
almost
it when like the closed caption, like when somebody sniffs, it goes snorts.
Michael Jordan was like trying to teach me basketball, and he's like getting really angry at me. And it's like, dude, I can't do that. You know? I want this thing charged. Like, if you act like everybody is capable of anything, you're actually very cruel because they're not. And when they fail, they hate you for it. I've convinced my friends that boomer, because if not, I would hate people.
You know, I stood up for you, Owen, back when on that show Blazing TV with Mark Levin, and I said, "Oh, he's canceled because of his opinions." But after watching the Soccer Mom video, yeah, I mean, after seeing all of this now, no, I don't defend you anymore. That's not what we do on Not My Rabbit Hole. We look at people who are extremists and grifters and manipulators, and we say, that is not my rabbit hole. All right, so enough of Owen, but I am going to play like the song number 1 that I also liked, and then I'm going to play. There's a few more things I want to show you. One of them being David Schroeder's, a little bit of David Schroeder's recent video today, which I find kind of interesting. So let's do song number 1. Whenever I get a ping, I think about my ding-a-ling-a-ling. And this was the first song that Suno.com made.
Whenever I get a ping, I think about my ding-a-ling-a-ling.
I'm a big wiener because I got a big Peter.
My ding-a-ling-a-ling, I like my ding-a-ling-a-ling.
My ding-a-ling-a-ling.
I don't have to be smart, I already got the part. Let me show you my ding-a-ling-a-ling before I depart.
My ding-a-ling-a-ling.
I got the power. I'm the man of the hour. All I have to do is step out of the shower and see my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, I'm the king. It's good to be the king with my big ding-a-ling. There was land on the edge of nowhere.
Oh, that's the Brittaria song. Okay, I think I kind of like that one because I think that one's funny. It's just the music and the way they it's got the backup singers, I just kind of, the women voices in the background. I think that one's kind of funny. It's short though. It's short. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to make a choice on this, really, because I every single one of them I liked. I even liked every single one of them, but you could only pick the best, the one. All right. Yeah, I mentioned David Schroeder and a couple more people coming. Oh shit, she's gonna talk about David Schroeder. Okay, so David Schroeder did a stream today, and I just want to point out that the amount of time that he says my name. Like, it's apparently, I mean, whenever he seems to say my name a lot, it's usually like he's going to talk about how Thomas Schoenberger couldn't stop sending him messages about me because, Thomas Schoenberger is really pissed about me. He's pissed about that I'm telling the truth. But anyway, that's his problem, not mine. So let's go ahead and play this. Wait, yeah, this is today. Wait, I didn't know it was like 20 minutes. Let me make sure I have that right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Streamed 7 hours ago. Here we go. Hold on. Let me do the share here.
Just because it's another beautiful day outside, I want to go rake. So they're desperate to control the narrative of these child trafficking and all of the stuff that was going on with Epstein. And the reason why is because there's no statute of limitations on murder. And that's why they want to keep this all quiet, because there wasn't just children being raped. There's a lot more to that. And they try and shut down anyone they possibly can that tries to bring awareness to this. Look at what they've done to me. Look at what they've been doing to me. I will say, because I bet the one person in here watching is Thomas Schoenberger. Dude, you are way more obsessed with me than Tara Joyce even is. And the fact that you're going on about Titus Frost, oh, Titus Frost can be trusted. Dude, if you're giving him the finger of approval for who can be trusted, chances are he can't be. But your listening comprehension skills suck, because it's not Titus Frost I was focused on in that rally. It was the other dude. The co-founder Titus Frost was working with in that Washington, D.C. rally. The one who bought me the plane ticket. The one who I was supposed to go stay with during the rally. The one who assured me he would get me an audience with Mike Lucchino. The one who, when I set him up with my publisher to do a press release, gave her a bunch of fucking bogus shit. Not his real name, not his real address. Nothing was real about him. That's who I'm focused on. If Titus Frost is just the most up and up guy, he'll have no problems saying who that fucking guy was. But chances are, I bet it doesn't come out. It gets diverted and directed. To be quite honest, Thomas Schoenberger is desperately trying to be my handler. He goes from fucking trying to control me with
Is that right?
Insults, calling me a fake sodomite, and
That sounds like Thomas. He does make up some funny shit.
All kinds of just fucking bullshit. He insults me, and then he goes the other direction and tries to be my daddy, telling me how proud of me he is, and what a worthwhile individual I am.
Yeah, when he wants you to talk about me, I'm sure he says that.
He goes back and forth. Neither one can be fucking trusted. The dude is a goddamn game player. He's involved with all of this. I don't have to even watch Tara Joyce's shit because Thomas Schoenberger lets me know all the time. Thomas Schoenberger wants me to know what's going on all the time. And that's their game.
Yeah, that's your game. Of course he does. Of course that's what he wants. Okay, so I want to play another song. And then, guess who else talked about me today? I saw him played much of it yet, but Denise Matau is on the rampage talking about me today too as well. They don't do it. They seem to always kind of do it together. I see certain personalities they all get ramped up. It's like I guess Thomas Schoenberger, sent out the emails to everybody. You need to talk about Terry. You need to talk about Terry. You need to talk about Terry. Okay, so here is. We played 1 and 4 and 2. Wait, 1 and 4 and 2 and 3. Anyway, let me see. Let's play number 5. Let's listen to number 5.
Whenever I get a pain, I think about my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I'm a big my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I don't have to be smart, I already got the part. Let me show you my ding-a-ling-a-ling before I depart. I got the power, I'm the man of the hour. All I have to do is step out of the shower and see my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, I'm the king. It's good to be the king with my big ding-a-ling.
Okay, that was number 5, everybody. Number 5. All right, so let me share this good stuff ninja, Denise Matau. I just saw the title. I didn't really click on it, but I saw that she had to do, not only was she on Blazing Scars channel talking about me, on my first broadcast about Owen Benjamin, 339 views. I'm clickbait for these guys. I am clickbait. All right, so let's show Denise here a little bit, just a little bit. Terry Joyce, The Crazy Neighbor, and The Perfect Storm. Man, she looks pissed in this one. Look at that pissed face. I'm sewing, I'm pissed, and I'm sewing. I'm going to talk about Terry Joyce.
Well, hello, whoever, wherever, whenever you are. Welcome. Welcome to my humble abode in the great and glorious land of Utopia. Well, apparently,
apparently,
Terry Joyce has a very close relationship.
Do I? Who could this be? Who could this be? Who do I have a close relationship with?
Character-wise, to a crazy neighbor of mine. I don't mean that they're related as blood kin family or anything like that, but they definitely share some of the same genes of...
Are they Mexican? Is that what you're saying?
Focusing on making other people into their entertainment. Everyone watches Terry Joyce do it with people like David Schroeder that she never stops triggering.
Oh, I'm triggering him, not Thomas. Thomas isn't emailing him all night. David says he doesn't watch my shit. So what does he care? Right? Okay, here we go.
She does it with me. I just laugh about it. And I do point out what she's doing to educate the public, as she likes to say. But actually it is something.
Yeah, I had it. Sometimes I like educating the public. Yeah, that's true. What are you educating? Lies? What are you educating? Denise?
That people don't realize that there is a mental illness that causes somebody like Terry Joyce to behave the way she does. And it's a kind of narcissism. I mean, there's different variations of narcissism.
Okay, now I have a mental illness. Okay, thank you. All right.
But they're all very similar.
Oh, okay. Your neighbor's a narcissist too? Okay.
Take Munchausen's, for example. The narcissism where a person, usually a mother, will keep creating false health crisis for a child so that they can play the role of rescuer. And they get off on it. And it takes a while. It takes some alertness on the part of health.
I don't know. I feel like I'm watching like a new reboot of the movie Misery by Stephen King or something. I sometimes like Denise can be like really spooky for me. Okay, so that enough about that. Now, earlier this morning, I was listening to Grim Grit, and God, do you follow Grim Grit? Because a little bit of this is just so pertaining. It just kind of fits in with the show and some of the things that Denise has just said right now, that I'm just going to let this play out a little bit and say goodbye to you guys. Thank you for, it's always a pleasure to see Seren and Aiken Drum in the chat and giving, your comments. And thanks for propping in AI Griff Patrol. Thank you for letting me do commentary on your footage. Please like and subscribe his channel, like and subscribe my channel. Watch what's going down here. Let me just kind of let you guys know, what Not My Rabbit Hole is about, really. I did an AI overview. I mean, maybe this is what, Denise doesn't like me saying out publicly, but I did an AI overview of Not My Rabbit Hole, and this is what came up. Not My Rabbit Hole is a podcast and media project hosted by Terry Joyce that documents and analyzes racism, extremism, and misinformation on YouTube and other social media platforms. It focuses on dissecting conspiracy theories and far-right content. Key platforms, and it lists my platforms. It says the project frequently covers topics like the medbed mythos, internet personalities, and extremist rhetoric. And that's really what Not My Rabbit Hole is all about. And you know what, Denise, if you're giving me material on that particular subject matter, being that you are also a known anti-Semite, mentioned in Kiwi Farms, you are a topic of conversation. So thank you so much for giving me some really great material. But I'm going to let this play out for a little while and then play my theme song. And again, please like and share and subscribe and come join me in the chat live. I look forward to seeing you.
Look who they're whispering about now. You, the one they call condescending. The one who talks down to people. The one who makes everyone feel stupid just by existing in the same room. Oh, I've heard the whispers, seen the eye rolls, watched them exchange those little glances when you speak. And you know what the funniest part is? They're absolutely right to be terrified. Because what they're calling condescension, what they're labeling as arrogance, what they're desperately trying to shame you for is actually just your intelligence refusing to play dumb anymore. Your IQ isn't the problem. Their fragile ego is. And deep down, in that place they'll never admit exists, they know it. They know you see through their performance, their recycled opinions, their borrowed thoughts dressed up as original ideas. They know you're 3 steps ahead in every conversation, biting your tongue while they stumble through conclusions you reached 5 minutes ago. They know you're dangerous, not because you're cruel, but because you're clear. Let's get something crystallized right now. You're not condescending, you're competent. You're not arrogant, you're aware. You're not talking down to anyone. You're simply refusing to dumb yourself down anymore. And that is their biggest trigger. Because for years, didn't you try to shrink? Didn't you slow your speech, simplify your vocabulary, laugh at jokes that weren't funny, pretend you didn't see the logical fallacies falling out of their mouths like loose teeth? You performed stupidity like it was a survival skill, because you learned early that being smart made people uncomfortable. Teachers told you to let others have a chance to answer. Bosses told you to be more of a team player. Friends told you to stop making everything so complicated. Translation? Shut up, dim your light, make us feel better about our limitations. And for a while, you did. You played small. You bit your tongue until it bled. You let mediocrity take the credit for your ideas. But something shifted, didn't it? You got tired. Tired of the performance. Tired of watching incompetence get promoted while you stayed quiet. Tired of being the smartest person in the room who had to pretend they weren't. You know what they don't tell you about intelligence? It isolates you, not because you choose it, but because the gap becomes unbridgeable. You can't unsee patterns once you see them. You can't unhear the intellectual dishonesty once your brain flags it. You can't unfeel the suffocation of dumbing down every thought just to make small talk bearable. So you stopped. You stopped laughing at their jokes. You stopped nodding when they parroted nonsense. You stopped pretending their surface-level analysis was profound. And the moment you did, the moment you let your actual intellect show without apology, they branded you condescending, arrogant, elitist, too much. Why? Because your presence, your unfiltered,
he ain't no Saint Germain, no crown, no name. He plays the game sharp as a flame. Who's to blame for the stolen fame? A shadow dance in the devil's frame. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Fast, can't find the ground. Echoes of chaos all around. You chose this dance, this mad parade, but not every choice gets accolades. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Going down the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole.